Perfect. So, and I believe I'm live. So let's just make sure that I'm live. I'm going to wait 2 seconds to make sure that I can see you. And I'm not ignoring you. I'm just going to make sure that I lower the volume on my phone. I think I need to lower the volume on my computer too. So just bear with me. Yes. There's no feedback. Let me know if you can see me. Like I said, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to make sure that, we're fine and live. So how are you guys? And then, like I said, I'm working on a platform and, trying to make sure that we can see. Okay, I see myself live with Nathalie. So I know I'm live. I'm just going to make sure. Now we're going to wait for Heather or Leah. Okay, there you go. There's Heather. It's Leah or Heather. There's something in front of me. Okay, so it's Heather. Okay, welcome everyone. I'm just like I said, not ignoring you. I'm just trying to set everything in place. So hi guys. Okay, I see. Okay, perfect. So my name is Nathalie D'Souza. I'm part of the video design team for Pink Fresh Studio, and I'll be your host for the next hour. Welcome everyone. Heather is gonna be Pink Fresh Studio for the day. So in case you have any questions, or that I can answer, she'll be there to help you. Welcome everyone. I am here in Toronto, Canada. It's summer, which means air conditioning time for us. But today is actually very pleasant, but I have closed all the windows and the doors. So there's no noise. Because one of the things about summer, and it's beautiful, too hot, but because you tend to have all the windows and doors open, there's quite a bit of noise. So I had to close everything and just kind of crack a window here and there. So there's some breeze, but it's a beautiful day here in Toronto. I am glad you're joining me. Let me know, or let us know, should I say, not just me, because Heather's here too. Let us know where you're watching from. We love to know what part of the world you're in. As usual, like I said, we're gonna give you a few times until you guys find us. And we're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on with Pink Fresh Studio. So a few things. Hi, Esther. There is a sale. It's still available until tomorrow. I did not check, of course, because it's me. I forgot to check. But there's a sale, one thing. The second thing, if you are signing up for the Connect and, all right, Create and Connect holiday event, one with the car, the car maker, which is the one that has Pink Fresh Studio with the stamp market, the 25th, which I believe is Monday, is your deadline. So make sure you go in and sign in, and we will see you there, because I know a lot of the scrapbooking team members will be there. So, make sure you guys sign up. Like I said, I don't know the sale. I can't remember. That's really bad. I know what's coming next week, but I can't tell you. So, sorry on that. I'm sure Heather will fill you up on that. And then the other thing I was going to tell you is on Monday, there's a new release. Monday, or the 24th, there's a new release of a Pink Fresh Studio stamps, embossing folders, hard play folders, stencils, and it's beautiful, beautiful. So there's a little bit for everyone. So be sure to keep your eyes open for that. That's coming this week, and you're gonna love it. Trust me. I got to work with some of that. It's beautiful. So, oh no, you home with COVID. I hope you feel better. I'm so sorry. It's not fun. We've had it too, and it wasn't fun. So I see quite a few of you guys are here. Like I said, Heather's gonna be our ears and eyes, because I won't be able to see the comments that much once I flip the camera. But welcome everyone. Remember, if you comment or share the feed at the end of the show, Heather will pick up a winner for a $15 gift certificate to the shop, and you want to have it because what's coming for the new release, it's honestly, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna flip the camera. I'm not gonna take you longer, because once you see what I started working on, you might not like me after that. I'm just gonna say ahead of time. So there we go. So I have a lot of light going on, because like I said, I closed the windows and everything. So today I'm going to be working with the lovely Blooms collection. And this collection is beautiful, florals, pastels, summer, everything in you can think of is there. Hi, Andrea. So everything is here. So I have everything that I'm going to use today is in the description of the video. Now, one thing that I might use, I didn't put it there. It was just not an afterthought, but once I started working on I had an idea. I always have ideas. I thought, I might need something else. I don't know if we're gonna use it yet, but I might have to add it after. But everything else, it's available in the shop and everything is listed. So like I said, today we're going to be working with the Lovely Blooms collection. So I have the 12 by 12, I have the 6 by 6, the puffy alphas, the cardstock stickers, the chipboards, and you're going to see I have all my yumminess of embellishments right here, my little containers. I love my little containers. So let me just move them out of the way so, my table is nice and clean. And I have all my glitter, drops here. Well, I'm missing like 3 or 4 colors. And the weird thing is that every time I go buy them, they're sold out. So they're very popular and I have them there. So the inspiration for today, I actually went and actually printed some pictures too. As you're going to see, I'm going to print them pictures and having them ready. So I have like Mother's Day pictures. I have my nephew and I, my goddaughters. So I print some color. I printed some black and white and I have them ready. I don't know which one yet, but I know I'm going to do something. So I was going through all the papers. I was thinking, there's so many beautiful florals. How can I take advantage of that? So what we are going to use today is that we're going to use this wreath paper here. And the name of the paper, because you're going to see that I actually did some work, is called Be Present. So I went at it. Okay. This took me almost an hour. I'm not going to kid you. It took me almost an hour. Okay. So I literally gutted the paper. But I was careful to just pull it off. Like I use my my box cutter because my crafty knife is not the greatest. I need to get a new one. But so I use my box cutter to start. You're going to see that I started it here. And then I went with scissors. And of course, I don't know where my little detailing scissors went at. So I went with like the big Scotch scissors. So it took me a little bit longer than it should have. So I tried to make sure that when I did all of this, I tried to pull this in like 2 big pieces so that I can save this, like maybe to back a picture, but I can use this either to use it like for a frame or because it creates a great frame for a layout. So I'm going to set it aside and I cleaned everything. I tried to keep it in one single piece. I don't think I achieved that. I had to I had to pull out some. So I was careful. There was I needed to clean it. I have a little bit of OCD when it comes to like detailing stuff. Like I see here, and you guys are gonna think that maybe I'm crazy. Like I see this area here, I'm like, I need to clean it up. I think I need to clean this part here. So I'm gonna show you, it's redundant what I'm gonna do, but just bear with me, guys. Like I said, it's a little bit of like the OCD when it comes to these things. And it's just personal choice. I mean, there's a lot that you can do with this paper, but the way that I love the paper, don't get me wrong. I thought it was beautiful because there is it's the wreath is laying kind of on a ledger. I have the 6 by 6 here too, and I'm going to show you this one too. It's on a ledger. I don't want the ledger. And to make the flowers pop a little bit more, I'm actually going to put them either on a white background or on a color background. And I have the cardstock, not the white. Just remember that I didn't pull it, but I have color, and the white one is just like 2 steps away from me. So I'm just going to take this little part here. And like I said, this did take me a little bit longer than I expected. So if you're going to do this, please don't hate me. I just had the idea and I was like, this would be great just to see it. So we are going to take advantage of the 2 wreaths. Doesn't mean that I'm going to use them completely. I might use just pieces of it. And I mean, if you don't use the wreath, like the wreath paper is called Be Present as is, then this is a great way to get a lot of florals for your projects. So you see, like I said, I have OCD when it comes to these things. Like there's a lot of white in between. I'm like, that should be hollow. So I'm doing that. So I'm not going to go any further because I'm going to be very picky. So here we go. This is my 1 wreath and I love it. Okay. So we're going to go, I'm going to do the 6 by 6 too, because I think I want to kind of inlaid one on the other one. So this is going to take me a little bit just because it is like you will think that the design is smaller, it will take me a little bit longer. No, it doesn't, because you just want to kind of do a general cut. It actually takes less time than the bigger one. I think the bigger one, just because you can see the white spaces more, it's more it's less forgiving. This one here, because the spaces are smaller, so you see less of the white space in between the flowers. Like, you see how I detailed that? I won't have to do it on this. So I see a lot of friends. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I know that summer is happening, so a lot of you guys are going on trips, are going, like, vacations are happening, time of work. I know the kids are off school, not here in Canada. Kids come off on vacation right on time for Canada Day, which is July 1st. I know the kids in the States are already on vacation. So, enjoy your summer, guys. Because, well, I'm going to say that summer, before, when we first moved to Canada, were like, it's going to be 30 years. They were really short. But with time passing and, like, global warming, even though, some people believe in it and some people don't, the weather has changed. So now the summers here in Toronto are like really hot, and they are like really long. So I don't know what we're going to get this year. All I know that it's already getting hot. And I said it many times, I am not, even though I come from Ecuador and it tends to be a little bit hot down there, it's not so, like, it's only on some parts of Ecuador, not everywhere. So it's not the most pleasant thing for me this summer, but thank God for air conditioning. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm just trimming away the wreath here. And like I said, it's going to take me less time. I just, and then once we have that, we'll set it up. I have the cardstock, and if I have to reach for white, it's right behind me. So in one of the little containers for it. So, and this one, I'm okay if I don't, save it, but if I want to, I can just literally glue it there. So to go the inside here, I'm going to do it the fast way. And I'm being careful not to hit my finger. Here. Okay, let's see. It's snag there. And I'm gonna take like the roundiness like that first, like all the, I'm literally gonna gut this, and I'll detail it after. So like I said, this is gonna take me less time than the bigger one. It's gonna take me, I was like, oh, it's gonna take half an hour. I'm gonna have lunch, and then I'm gonna go have a drink, have a drink, meaning water, and then, brush my teeth, and then I just, go live. I looked up, it was 12:40. I'm like, oh my God, like I have to, like, thank God I walked the dog before I sat down to do the, the fussy cutting of the wreath. So it is gonna take you time. It depends on how detailed you want to do it, and if you want to gut the inside of it. But for this project, for what I'm going to show you, you might want to take away the inside. Okay, so see? Pieces here. This one is going to take us, just bear with me, like 2 minutes, and then we're going to start, okay? This is not going to be like long. Because the white space, like I said before, for some reason in the small print, it's not that bad. Like, there's not that much that you want to take away. In the bigger one, yeah, you want to, like, take away a lot. So I'm going to do a little bit of it, and then we're going to get started. Because like I said, we might not even use, might not even use the entire wreath, just pieces of it. So I am not going to, stress on that. So how have you been, Nick? How's your week? How's it going? What you guys are doing for the summer? Like, I know there's a lot of plans, like, people are making plans for the summer. For us, we're staying in town because my son he just started his new job, fresh of university. My daughter's working full-time and going to school full-time at the same time. So that already, like, they're adults. So it's hard to, like, when they were little, we're like, oh, okay, like, we had to go on trips for soccer, or we went, like, to the States, or we went, like, back home. Now that they're older, they have their own lives, and it's like, hard to have a family vacation. And then my husband, God bless his soul, he's not a one to travel without the kids. So I, on the other hand, I'd be like, okay, I'll see you later. Like, but then I miss my children. But every time I've gone away, I've always gone with my kids. Once I had kids before, I used to go by myself a lot. But I don't know. My mom is going back home on Wednesday, which means I gotta pack like a lot of suitcases because my mother takes presents for all my family, and we have a lot of family. You guys know that if you have been to my lives or to any of my videos, that I have a lot of pictures of my family. So I have to pack like, a lot of that. We have very impressed that I can fussy. It's all about like, how you swing the paper. You're gonna see that my sisters barely move. It's how you move the paper below. So, and I'm not being neat on this one. So that's what I said. I saved the most forgiven one for the live show because you have to see a little bit of the fussy cut. And if not, it will be like, it kind of feels as cheating as if I did all the work ahead of time and I'm just gonna put it together for you guys. So you have to see, that we do struggle too, not only you guys, And this is as the scrapbooker, I know that a few of you will be like, oh, fussy cutting, oh, it kind of like, I know that there's some maybe like, not so happy words coming out of your mouth, but I do enjoy it. I think it's therapeutic. And like I said, I totally forgot about the time, what I was doing this, but it does take some time. I like, usually put in a show that I've already watched, and then, is just it's repetitive. So I don't have to, it's just like a lulling noise on the background. Is that how you call it? Like, yeah, a lulling. I don't know how you say it. Pardon my Spanish. So it's like an earworm noise. So it's like playing on the background, you know what is happening. So usually would be like for me, Stranger Things or The Walking Dead. I know I have weird taste. Do not judge me on that. But I've watched them so many times that like I know what's gonna happen. So they're just playing on the background and I'm just fussy cutting or stitching. That's usually what I do. Because if I put something that I have never watched before, like you automatically look up and then you forget about the stuff. And trust me, I have been doing a lot of that lately. So it's good to, it's good to spend some time, but I gotta clean my table too. On the floor it goes. Sweeping we'll have after the show. So you see, this one took no time. Well, almost there. Because it is more detailed, but the details are so small, you can actually kind of, leave them there. Okay, so I'm gonna just clean this part and then we're gonna get started. So my idea is like literally I wanna, like I said, I kind of wanna inlay one of the wreaths into the other one. Okay, kind of a double wreath, but I don't know if I want to keep it whole or if I want to keep just a piece of it. I haven't thought about the project that far because, like I said, fussy cutting took my time and my mind away from everything. Even the dog, because I think he was crying next to me, trying to like, get a ball for me to play. And I was like, oh, sorry, buddy. I'm doing something. So there we go. That will do for now. So let's clean up the table. So I have my two. Don't look at that. So I have my two. I had this idea of, let's get some paper. I have it right here. And I went to pull this card. You're going to see I have a lot of cards. This one is from Michael, in case you're wondering. I don't know where I got it, a long time ago, but the colors here are a little bit muted, sort of like the colors on this collection. So I thought maybe, and this is the last one that I have, it's like a blushy tone, and I thought that it would be a perfect complement. It actually makes this stand out a little bit more than the white. That was one of the choices, but I'm gonna bring white. Like I said, I always have like a bunch of paper next to me, so I know that I have white here somewhere. So just bear with me 2 seconds while I pull it out. I also have this like kind of minty, which I thought also will be great. And I had white, so let me just find it. Okay, it's not white. It's what's the name of this? Buttermint. It's like a yellowish tone. So I'm pulling all the colors that I was playing with in my mind. And I had, like I said, I kept them next to me. And I'm gonna have to go pull. Oh, I have white here. I'm talking to you and I'm looking at it because I have an entire pad. And this is my choice of white. So let me just pull it and then we'll make a decision. I haven't decided this, deep into the game. This is as far as my, so I have white, cream, green, and this blushy. I don't want to go with pink, but I kind of like it on the white. It just pops a little bit more on the white. So we're going to stay with the white, even though, like I said, looks beautiful on this. It looks beautiful on the teal. It looks beautiful on this. I don't know yet. So I'm going to keep them just to the side here. But my idea is, let's bring it back in and have my pictures. I do want to use, I pulled, like I said, I have a whole bunch of photographs here. I do want to use 2 of them. So these are printed to 2.5 by 3.5. This one here is a 3 by 4s. And I have photo size pictures. So my idea, let's get the white cardstock for now. Kind of just a piece of the wreath. Like I said, kind of inlay the other piece here. So I want the 2 pictures. And I want to kind of nest it in there. Okay. So like that, and I have that space there. Now, here's where I said, I don't know if I'm going to use it. I like it on that. Now that you guys can see it, I'm going to bring you the one that was my first choice. And then we'll make a decision. It doesn't look bad on this color. And why I like this color, like I said, I added some stuff that I didn't put on the deep and the designs, is that I actually went and I cut this. And this one here is the daisy chain cover plate. And it creates like this beautiful detail background. And I did it out of white cardstock. Okay. So I was thinking maybe, again, it's not set on stone, guys. Kind of going something like that. Okay. We're going to camouflage. So not everything is going to get that. Okay. But I thought it was a nice detail on the background. Remember, there's parts of it that is going to be hidden by the other. So I might trim some of these excess flowers and then put it here. So you really are not going to see much of the work. There's little holes that have to be cleaned up. But so that was kind of my idea. What I was thinking, maybe something that, that it'd be off white a little bit for the background. Now let's try it on white just to make sure that, it might work too. It does work, but the detail on this backing doesn't show as much. So decisions right now. But you see, like I said, I did a little bit of work. I thought about this a bit. And the way I cut this one, just in case, you decide anything, is I actually went once. I found a cover die that actually repeats, so has no ending. So I was able to do 2 of them at once. So I did once. You're going to see there's not perfect because of that. And then I just matched it and did the second part. But of course, I moved the plate a bit and got a little bit screwy. But so right now it's just a matter of setting this in place. So I'm going to get my little tool here and kind of run it to clean up the. So I should have done this ahead, but I do like these little tools. If I don't break the entire, see, there's a little bit of it kind of broken up a little bit there. So, because I did the double cut and I thought it was going to match perfectly. And then of course I moved it and something just moved and I was like, when you already have it all set up and you have the tape going on and then you just slightly move and everything moves. So it just, it was all night until that moment. And then I was like, I'm just going to clean up a bit, not all of it. A lot of this is going to be kind of hidden on the background. So I don't have to overdo it. I know that the area up here is the one that I'm going to need the more. And you know what? I saw somebody, I always a friend of mine, he used, I don't know how hard she used this thing, but she took all the little, but I don't know, the bristles out of the brush off. I'm like, what the hell did you do? She said, oh, I just cleaned a whole bunch of cars, like glitter car stuff and stuff like that. And she went like, she calls herself, she has hulky hands. So I think she killed the bride. And she like, and she's like, I don't know if you can do that. I'm like, I don't know if you can do that. I'm like, how hard were you pressing? But this will do for me. Okay, let's clean up. So now we gotta make a final decision. Let's see. This, I like the color. I'm gonna stick to this. Hope for unregretted in 2 seconds. So I'm just gonna find what part of the so the wreath is the one that I want to set up. So I'm just gonna play with the wreath a bit. I know that I wanted a little bit of the, and you see that it's open because I was detailing that part. So I'm just gonna play a little bit with this to see how it might not stay as a wreath, it might change a little bit. That's the beauty of like breaking it apart, is that you can, I might actually move it so that it kind of covers all the area of this paper. And that's okay with me. Like that, I have no qualms about things like that. So I know that I want it off the page. The other thing we can do is like cut this and then like back it on this, which I think is probably what I'm going to do. So I make this a little bit smaller, and then that's going to center my picture a little bit more. So, because if I keep it as a 12 by 12 right now, I just want you to see, like, if I keep it, I know that I want to keep this to the side, because like I said, it's straight edge. So I need to camouflage that. The name of the game, remember, camouflage. So I'm thinking that I want to like kind of set it there. If I have there and my picture is going to sit right here, then I have a lot of negative space. By me trimming this, I'm going to, and attaching it to the leftover paper that I have, I am moving everything a bit to the right, so it becomes centered. So I like it actually on this. So I know that I'm going to trim this by maybe a 3/4 of an inch probably. So let's get started with that. Okay. See how easily you would put this together? So this paper we're going to use fully into different ways. Now, I wasn't counting on doing this, so let's see. So I'm going to say 3/4. Yeah, let's go with 3/4 of an inch. So where's it? 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, right here. So my paper, my final measurement is going to be 11 1/4 by 11 1/4. One, and I might actually go with 3/4 of an inch. So here we go. Move this out of the way. I don't need it anymore. So now this one, we know it's going to sit right there. Okay, so it's already centered. Hold the camera a bit so you see it right square. There you go. So that goes center, and that automatically is going to push my wreath more towards the right. So it's going to center my design a little bit more. I'm not stressing about this part of the paper, like, that is, because that's where my pictures are going to sit. So, and we're going to add more embellishments. So I'm not stressing over that part. And I'm thinking that I might use this. So then I'm just, like I said, right now it's all about playing with the wreath until you find the way that you want it to sit. So I might actually be taking away this part here and these flowers. And I want to make sure that my wreath is kind of flush to this edge. So for now, we're just playing with the stuff. I'm going to get my second wreath. And if that means that when I put the second wreath, some of it gets hidden, I might just trim it and use it as as extras. But I do like this. So I do like having like kind of the wreath on wreath, but I might not. You know what? I might not, but I might use this as extra. So I like that. Let's go with this. So let's go at this first. So what? The picture of my nephew? My nephew is so cute. but he's like, I think I've said it before. He's at the slippery stage. That's what my husband and I call it. It's when, like before, like my niece and nephew know that whenever I'm around for children, I think they don't like me sometimes. They look at me, they're like, oh, because they know that I'm gonna grab them for a picture. Yeah. So usually a selfie. And like as soon as they see me, like I know already, I can see their faces. I'm a mom, so I know. So when they were little, they'll come like running and like, they smile. But as they get older, I'm centering this here. As they get older, they become, so it becomes a game with us now. So we run around them and like you try to catch him and he like runs out and like, and it gets really slippery. So we call him the slippery stage. So here we go. Like I said, not stressed over the fact that like, looks distressed. I'm okay with that. You cut it into a crescent, or you mean like this? Well, no, because I want to camouflage this edge. I don't want to be into a crescent. I want to keep it as, I'm reading your comments. I totally understand what you're saying. It's just like I said, a matter of playing with where I want it to sit. And by having like, taking away this, you're able to kind of manipulate the shape of the wreath. So I might go like something like that. See? Doesn't look bad. Move it here and I might use the second one. Don't worry. I have an idea. My brain works in funny ways. You guys know that. So we are gonna need foam adhesive for this because I do want to pop it. I want to make sure that it kind of stands out from the page. So I just put my tape, was gonna make it easier for me to do it. And I'm gonna apply it to certain areas, and then outside of the camera, I'll go after and then just like clean it up and stuff like that because I don't want to take all your time. It's already been half an hour. My God, time flies. So, but you do need a little bit of foam adhesive here because you want to make sure that the flowers pop. It's going to create for like a cute background. I had like so many, I was thinking, oh, maybe we could do this. And maybe we, I always think, oh, let me see what we can do with all this stuff. So I'm going to put it for now there. I think that should be enough for the time being. As long as I put them in the larger flowers, then I can go and like, fill up the space after. So see, this one's gonna have to cut it in half. Okay, now this is glued. We know that this is, I'm gonna put this to the side for now. Okay, guys, let me just, cleanliness is godliness, and I'm not doing that right now. So let's just play with this wreath formation now. Okay, so remember, I'm gonna trim it flush here, so just trying to like this. Like I said, I might trim the whatever's going underneath just to like, hide it a bit. Why not? I like that. So they're peeling the parts that I like, that I know that are gonna stay there. Okay, so this part, we just move it a bit more higher so it kind of covers the edge here. And then, like I said, the name of my game is let's camouflage this edge right now. Okay, I like that. Picture is gonna sit right here in this little nook and cranny. And so I wanted the picture to sit right there. So I know that this is gonna stay. So I know this flower is gonna disappear. I like that. Let's add some foam adhesive here to secure this area. Thank you. I might actually bring like a journaling bit to back my picture. So we're gonna use a little bit of everything here. So there we go. So it stays flush. So we're gonna move this wreath a bit. Remember, I want to make sure that I don't see the edges of this here. I like that there. So I'm able to do some stuff that I said, I've never had qualms about cutting stuff. And it's not going to stay as a crescent, but it's actually going to change shape. Okay, so that's gonna stay there. This is going to go right here like this. But I need to cut this because I don't like the direction that it's going. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. I like that. So that means that I have to cut it right here. See, like I told you, a piece of this might not make it here. Like that much better. Okay, don't throw away the pieces because we're gonna use them. We're gonna bulk up the wreath. That's literally what we're going to do. I'm taking out the pieces, the cardstock here. Not the cardstock, take out my picture. I need it here. Okay, so there we go. Leave in place. I was doing a live session for somebody else, and I said, in the making of the session, I happened to hit something and my nail like really cracked. And you know how your body has muscle memory? There's things that you remember. My nail is the one that I used to peel the backing of foam adhesive. It's so hard to like not do that, you know? So see, that's much better. I camouflage in the edge there. I might move this. I might do this. Then just kind of tuck it, kind of coming out a bit so it doesn't, I don't want to lose the flowers. Like I think the flowers are too pretty to lose them. So whoever said maybe into a crescent, you might be getting your wish. Like that. And I think I want to take care of another peach here. So I need to get rid of this. I'm going to cut it into two pieces. See, total transformation of the wreath. That's what we're doing right now. I'll lift this up, some of that here, and a little bit of the blue over there. So we're gonna cut the excess, flush against. There we go. And it's a little bit of green here, so take advantage of your little pieces. Again, name of the game, let's camouflage. And it's really not camouflage, it's just reusing what you have left over. It's like you have the piece, you wanna add some greenery, then just use it. Oh my God, my nail. Okay, I do like this piece here because it matches that kind of peachy from the background. Lightly, kind of just bulk up my cluster there. And I'm gonna move this, peel the backing of this, and kind of stick it underneath here. And that's one of the reasons why also I didn't put like, fill completely the flowers behind it with foam adhesive. So I'm able to, tuck pieces in and out. I like that. I like that much better. I can do this. Okay, so the base of this is working. They still have look, lots of florals here. So let's clean up the table because it's driving me insane. Let's attach it to the background, to the frame, sorry. My frame here. Get rid of the picture for now. And we're gonna go ahead and use one of the lines here to help us. Much better, so get some tape. Okay, so we're gonna. I'm setting some tape. Oh, maybe that was the wrong move to put it there, but let's see. Here we go. Okay, I think that should secure it. And like I said, I'll do the rest outside of the camera, so I don't take all your time. The only thing is the original, I think the line goes on the right or on the left. Let me double check. I'm just gonna double check. I don't have another one. I think I have it here. If you wanna, it's on the right. Because as a ledger, I'm gonna move it to the left. There's something about that left in, line here. So when it comes to that, there's the line at the top that I'm gonna use kind of to line up my page. There we go. Press. Okay. I think I have two before. I have another paper. That's one of the reasons why I braved it out. Heather nicely sent me another set because I use a lot of paper. So we have still not completely done, but it's getting there. Okay, so let's look at all the stuff that we have here. And again, I'm thinking this picture. Can I flip it with my baby ones? I could. Can I flip it with something that's 3x4? Because I know my friends like larger photos. You can go with 2 3x4s or a 4x6. So it works. This is Mother's Day for us. So just so you see that the design can help you with different size pictures. So these are 2 3x4s equivalent to a 4x6. So 2 3.5s, 2 2.5 by 3.5s. Okay, and then I have kind of like a 9x16. So you can also put it there and then have a smaller one next to it. So there's a lot that you can do with the design. Okay. But I think I want to stay with the ones that I had here because I love my little nephew. Okay, so I want to back this with a journaling bit. So let me just see which one. And you guys know that I love edges. I love things like this. Just trying to make sure that I don't want to lose my picture, like cover it with any part of the, like I don't want pieces to cover the faces, kind of a pet peeve of mine. So, but I like that. That already makes it stand out a little bit more. So that's already making me happy. One thing is I'm gonna give my picture a little bit of a lift. So foam adhesive is gonna actually, you know what, chipboard, because I don't like putting foam adhesive straight onto my photos. I don't know, there's something about it. I like kind of giving it a little bit of, you call it security. I don't know. I think I've told you guys before. Again, I'm talking like you guys are here every week. When we moved to Canada, like almost 30 years ago, we were at that time, we were only allowed to bring, I think it was 2 suitcases, even though we were here legal and everything. But part of the agreement was that you can only bring 2 suitcases, and then after you can bring more stuff. I can't remember. I was young at that time. So we, and we can bring some essentials and stuff like that. But my father at that time was already here, so we didn't need like a lot of stuff. So again, my mother thought, oh, you know what, let's just take like, our clothes, some of like, the most important pictures. And then when we go back, you can bring the rest, like, and you're sure. We left the stuff with my grandparents, and my grandparents put it into storage. The problem was the storage that they put it into did not have like, but at the time, I don't think that a lot of us thought about like, acid free and paper, what damage you can do. All our photos got destroyed last. So I have, out of thousands of pictures that my mom had, and my mom had pictures, not only of us, like of my entire family. My mom was the one with the camera. We have at the most 100 left over. So I'm always very careful of what I put behind my pictures. So that's what I like to use, chipboard or like a cardstock to just, I don't want to put glue straight onto it, because we had those albums, remember, that were sticky and they all got destroyed. So I like that, so let's see. I have extra pieces here. And I may even actually cut some of these too, because I think that it does need a little bit extra here, kind of to help it with some of this. Let's just play with this idea. The only thing is you gotta keep in mind is that the little pieces kind of get stuck on everything. I kind of like the idea of a wreath inside a wreath. So that was my starting idea, and I think I'm going to, it just helps with the sizing of the flowers too. So I think that I actually kind of gonna go with this a little bit. I do like this. So let me just see what part of this I'm gonna need and what part it's going to become. The beauty of foam adhesive folded there. I do like the fact that it's one after the other one. I kind of, okay, I don't want to cover my face, but see, I will take, okay, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to, again, Somebody said wreath surgery. That's literally what we're doing today. And that gives you enough florals for another project. Let's see, I have more there. So I just took a piece here. And I literally kind of make it hug my photo, making sure nothing is, and I'm going to kind of tuck it like in between underneath the picture. So sort of like this. Okay. So I wanted to, as if it's coming from behind here. It's not an exact science. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's see. I may need to cut this one. Ooh, there's tape on that, there's tape on that, there's tape on that. Okay. Okay, so I do like this. Let's just kind of, again, kind of make our own wreath by following the movement. So now we can kind of tuck this underneath. So we, again, it's not set in stone. I haven't added anything yet there, but I can literally just kind of, okay, I like that. See how I switched it kind of to a second. Okay, so I like that. Let's glue the picture. We need a ruler. I want to make sure that it's straight. So I'm going to use the line at the back. Add it. So yeah, you guys are listening to me. Yeah, I talk to myself a lot because I'm by myself a lot. I'm not crazy. Well, my husband will tell you different, but you know, it's just I need a voice of reason, aka myself, to tell me that I'm doing okay. So you saw that, yeah. My husband would just, if he was here, he'd be like, "Oh my God, quiet, Nathalie. People are gonna think you're nuts," you know. And and probably he might be right half the time, but he loves me, you know. And I always say, and you guys can ask him, and you can ask my entire family. I said, my husband's life would be so boring if I wasn't in it. Like seriously, you know. And it's not like as part of a compliment. It's just my husband is not. It's not. He's friendly. Don't. You know, don't put the man as a hermit. He's friendly. He's actually very funny. But oh my God, my husband is the kind of person that gets home, sits down, and like, you know, he's tired from the day, he rests. I'm like talking and yapping, and you know, I'll make a comment. My husband is like, "Oh God, give it up already. I'm tired from work." And I'm like, "Oh, but you know what I did today?" So, okay, so let's see. Now we have this. How about again more surgery? I like this here. And I'm sure if Andrea is here, she'll probably understand what I'm trying to say. It's not that I'm gonna like, you know, I don't want to stereotype anybody, but I like to talk. It's not the fact that, you know, maybe because I'm Hispanic, I don't know, but I do like to talk. Not a lot, not like other people. See, I'm liking this, but I think it needs to add, I need to add something like kind of to the movement towards here, because otherwise it looks like an egg shape. So I need to add like something that is going to add movement. I like that there. Where I put my scissors. So today has been all about the destruction of a wreath. No, it's not. It's just playing with the paper so like, you know, it gives you a better design for your page. It's not about destroying. It's just about, you know, making the best out of it. Who talks to yourself? Yeah, I think we all do. I mean, if you start answering to yourself, like, you know, the joke is that, then yeah, we might, you know, I might have to go into therapy. Let's not kid us, you know. But I don't think that I talk a lot. It's just, don't forget, I'm home by myself most of the time. Like my kids work full time. My dog doesn't talk back. I have like, you know, but then my husband works, like we have a freight company. So he's seeing people the whole day. I am not. So that's the big difference right there. Yeah. So I'm just trying to add a little bit of the blue down here too. Gonna help with the movement. So I think that is part of it too, why he's tired maybe of talking to people, because he's been talking to all of them the entire day. Me, I haven't. And it's not that I don't have a lot to say, but I do would like some, you know, to, you know, have a conversation, I guess. And you know, I happen to be a little bit on the funny side when it comes to my husband. I will see things that, you know, will get him upset, and that to me, that's hilarious, you know. So, and I'm sure that's every wife, not just me. So I like this. Have I told you that? I like this. Yeah, and you know who? Yeah, a staff meeting. Somebody said that to me the other day. He goes, "I think you're having a staff meeting." I'm like, probably, you know. And I'm the CEO, CFO, and everything in between. So I like this. This I'm liking. So now let's go into adding more stuff to it, because why not? So let's bring the embellishments. I have my floral ephemera here, but I don't think I'm going to need a lot more. What I'm thinking is that I need to bring some peach into the bottom, and I don't have something that's a little bit smaller. So I might reach into the floral ephemera for that. I think I need to kind of bring some of the peach down here or over here. Like, you need some peach here. So let's just look at something that has a little bit of that peach tone. I just need to balance from the top. See, that kind of gives it a little bit though, yeah? So something like that. It just needs a little bit of like that tone, that peach that's here. There's none here. There is some blue, there is some pink, but I need to bring some of that to this little corner or here somehow. So that's what my florals are gonna come in handy. I kind of like this leaf because I think you might do, and it can cover all these loose edges here. No, it's too heavy. See, and I'm sure that even like, you know, Heather can tell you this. When she's making a car, she's like probably putting the car and then she's stepping back, looking at the car, going, you know, do I like it? And then she auditions something else and stuff like that. So we all do it. It's just a matter of like, you know, to what extent do you enjoy it? I happen to enjoy it, you know? So it's just, you know, I need something, you know, down here. Yeah. I'm going to see if this one here. I'm going to trim this. Just I want to see. Trying to see. See what own business they hold. Yeah, like I said, you know, I don't know. See, I like that. You see how the little bit of peach, it just like kind of balances this together. I think it needs a little bit of that peach here. Plus, it covers these kind of ends of the leaf that I just, you know, sticking out. I don't know. I'm thinking this, or I'm thinking the leaves. But there's too many, so I'll probably have to trim some of it out. So let's do some surgery. You guys know that I'm not shy about cutting things to fit into my projects. I like that better. Let's trim this one here. It just needs a little pop of peach down here. See, I like that much better. Okay. The flowers, there's lots of flowers and they're beautiful, but I think there's too many. Well, never enough flowers, but okay, here, and then a little piece of foam adhesive in the other one. And that takes care of it. I might need to add a few more, but we'll see. That, let's see. Do I need another one? Oh, yeah. There we go. Another piece of foam adhesive. Oh God, it got stuck on my. It's so annoying not to have the nail to help me peel this. Okay, I like that much better. See, that little bit of peach already balances that. Okay, perfect. So let's get rid of the florals, and then all of these that I have left over are gonna go in there now. Okay, let's bring up more embellishment. There is a chipboard sticker that I really like. Thinking, and there's that here that I might need to do a little bit of surgery. Much better. Okay, and I think this one here too is going to get a little bit of surgery and just going to go underneath a bit. Much better. I don't want anything covering the picture. And I do want that little corner here, like to kind of pop out so it doesn't get like buried underneath the stuff. You see how I have it here too? So a little bit of cosmetic surgery is good for everybody. So Put a little drop of blue here. There we go. So now, where are we going to add our embellishments and our title? And we are almost finished. So you see, we're doing great. So this love you is one that I really want to put here. Can stay with the blue area here. So I know that I want that there. Perfect. I want this kind of roundy part here. This is the smile, kind of creating a little bit of a diagonal. So I like this smile down here. And that's one of the reasons why I pushed away the flower. It needs a pop of blue down here. There's blue here, there's blue here. It needs a pop of blue down here. So we're gonna go here with this. Let's add some adhesive. And I know that this is like sticky at the back. I think it was Kathleen who told me, but I'm not gonna attempt it. I'm just going to put it there. I don't need this anymore. I don't think so. Let's go into the cardstock sticker. Like I said, we're gonna use a little bit of everything today. So you already know where my title is gonna go. My title is gonna go either here or right here. Okay, it needs something else here. So that's what we're gonna look for. I just like a label or something, nothing major. This label here just to, that's all it needs. Just to break a little bit here. Let me see, no, not that color, too much green. Let's find another color. Oh, a little bit of yellow would be nice. So let's be smart. I'm gonna trim it this way. That's all you need. Just need something there. Okay. The feelings again. See, again, my comments are gonna get you guys talking about things, you know, that it's okay. It's everything, you know, everything is good. It's all good. All good things take time. Yeah, well, there should be something like, you know, all good pictures take time, because I don't like that because it gets lost. But let's move this to the side. Let's see the ephemera. It needs something that's a little bit more vibrant, more rich in color, so it actually pops from the, you know, from the images. Let's see, favorite. I only have a niece and a nephew, so he's my favorite nephew. Just in case you guys know, my other two sisters, like my dad remarried somebody else. They're I don't see a future when it comes to giving us, you know, nieces or nephews. And my brother-in-law, unfortunately, they can't have children, so I have fur babies from them, you know. So I have. They just adopted a new dog. Name is Charlie. I haven't met her yet. I haven't met him yet, but I was like, oh, you're giving me a new baby, because his two babies died, like, you know, his pets. I like this because it kind of like, you know, gets in between, like but there's a little bit of foil. So I like this here. And I know my title is going to sit most likely up here. So let's play with that. And don't you guys love this? I could have like 20 of this. So let's see what's gonna fit. Yeah. Maybe down here. I haven't glued this here. Sweet. Oh my God. Hey, you will be the Actually, you know what? Hey, you will be the perfect title, because that's what we said to my nephew. Oh, we have a winner. Stacy Tippin, you are the winner. So I'm just gonna put the today here, guys. And we're almost finished, so give me 1 second, Heather. I'm not gonna glue it. I'll glue it outside of the camera so you guys see it. The title is gonna sit right there. It's gonna be today. This little sentiment is actually gonna go right here. Like I said, it's gonna be hidden. My title is gonna be right there. I'm not gonna glue it right now. And then to finish, because we need bling, we're gonna add some of the glitter drops. So I know that I'm gonna use mostly blush. It says here, wherever I have the blue, I wanna add blush. So blush will go there. Whenever I have like the teal up here, this is, I think it's butterscotch. So I'm gonna put it right here. I'm not gonna glue it live. I'll do it outside of the camera, but it needs a little bit of pop of, like, you know, color. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of lagoon, if I'm not mistaken. Aqua, sorry. Up here. Okay. And I might drop a few down here. And that's about it. So I was good on time. So there you go, guys. I'll glue that outside of the camera and also my title. But that's about it. So today was all about, reimagining pattern paper. That's the best way to put it. So let me flip the camera so I can see you before we say goodbye. Let's see, where is my little... There we go. And we made it in an hour. Wow. So no, I'm so happy just because, like I said, I knew people are going to be like, oh, you fussy cut stuff. But thank you so much for joining me, guys. Like I said, congratulations, Stacy. Make sure you email Leah@pinkfleshstudio.com to claim your prize. Give her a few days because she has a lot of work. But make sure you use that and let us know what you buy with that because, like I said, keep your eyes peeled for Monday, if I'm not mistaken, for the release. You're gonna love it because we all loved it. As always, thank you, Heather, for Tuesday, sorry. Thank you, Heather, for being the voice of reason behind all this. And thank you all for being here. Remember to come Tuesday for a live with, I think it's Heather next week. And then next Thursday, Kathleen will be back. She's back from vacation. So she'll be, showing you something new. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. And I'll see you soon. Take care.